Hi, Ken for Ken's Den Films. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. So I'm sitting here at KBDL. That would be Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. It's kind of in between Hartford, Connecticut and Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm trying to get out to do a 4-day stint on the Celebrity Reflection, and that will happen in a few days. But it's already been one hell of a trip just to get here right now. This will be posted on YouTube after the fact, but we have a winter storm coming in. And originally I had a mid-afternoon Sunday flight. Today is Saturday. It's actually around noon on Saturday. And I had a mid-afternoon Sunday flight, and I started to get worried about that. So I changed that to an early morning Sunday flight. And I had to stick to that day at that time because I had a obligation on Saturday. Well, that obligation went away, luckily, which allowed me to move my 6 a.m. flight on Sunday to a 5 p.m. flight on Saturday. I started to get a little anxious, and I changed it to a 3 p.m. flight today. And that's the flight I'm waiting on here. I'm looking up at the board. That 5 o'clock flight I had, canceled. So I'm going to be I have to lay over at KATL Atlanta for like 2 hours. And I think I'm going to get in there right before the ice starts to hit Atlanta. It's supposed to hit 30 degrees tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, where I'm going to be in Florida, 81. I'll be sitting by the pool eating ice cream. But when I do get into Fort Lauderdale, we'll take a quick look around the room, and then I'll catch you on the reflection. So I've made it to Atlanta, which is where my 2-hour layover is on my way down to Fort Lauderdale, trying to avoid this major nationwide storm that's been coming through. So as we were coming in from Hartford, Springfield, from Windsor Locks, I was watching a lot of things, and there was a ground halt, and it was just airplanes coming in to ATL, just one after another. They had to stop ground traffic for departures. That should clear up within 2 hours, I would hope. The good news is that it isn't even raining here. Supposedly, it should have been raining, and then 4 hours or so from now, it turns over to ice, and then everything gets screwed up. So not even rain. Temperature is about 43 degrees. I don't have to worry about anything freezing. The only issue here is a low ceiling. And, you know, you're obviously not going to use VFR, visible flight rules, when you fly one of these huge aircraft and into the clouds. You're going to be going on instruments. The pilots are trained to do that. It doesn't bother me at all. So the only thing that may delay me is another ground halt. Good news is the aircraft is already here. So I have about half an hour until I'm able to board. Hopefully I'll be able to say in a few hours, greetings from sunny Florida. I made it to my new home for 2 days. I really wish it was only 1 day. Pardon me, it smells like perfume in here, like bad perfumey cleaning stuff. So I think the place is a shithole. You know, let's take a look around. Oh, that's not a trip hazard. What the hell is going on with this? I mean, so a queen bed, 3 pillows. That's not going to work. You know, there's a fridge and a microwave. And I think people are living here. I just get that vibe. And then everywhere outside, it smells like weed here. All right, so bathroom. All right. Looks like it's been taken care of, but of course, you know, we have to do the black light. All right. Oh my Lord. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera, but this entire wall, I wouldn't come 2 feet near it. All right. Toilet area is clean. Under the seat is clean. The floor is clean. The tub, you know, is clean. I don't even want to look at the other walls. You know what? I have to. For you, I have to. Oh, God. All right. Let's get this other light turned off. All right, good. All right. Bed seems okay. The wall, the headboard, seems okay. I wouldn't want to touch that. Now, what the hell is that? Oh my God. You know, I might have to invest in a different, okay, there, you can see that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All right, let's check the. All right. This isn't too bad. All right, this wall isn't too bad. Vanity area. Clean. But speaking of the vanity area, I don't know if it's going to show up here. There's something spilled on the floor. It's slippery and tacky. And, you know, I came in, there's no housekeeping right now. So the girl at the front desk gave me a towel. I said, you know, I'll just do it myself. But, yeah. Safety bolt is still in place. That's good. All right. So I've already made my way down to a liquor store that was open at 11 o'clock at night. So I have something to get me through the evening because I think I'm gonna need it. You know, after the day I had, past several days, and just dealing with this. I'll talk to you on the flip side. Okay, so I made it out of that shitty hotel and I made my way over to Terminal 25 here at Port Everglades to get onto the Celebrity Reflection. It is 10:09. I've already been through security and I've already checked in, and now I'm waiting in a queue for I don't know what. Now, I had originally purchased premium access, which they let you in at 11 for that. My boarding pass says 11:30, so it'll be interesting to see what the next few steps are. I have a feeling from here, next time I'll be chatting with you, I'll be on the other side of the gangway. Okay, so I made it up to Mast Grill, and I absolutely hate eating outside. I can't stand it. So after poking around, I found the Ocean View Cafe. I got the cheeseburger, obviously, from Mast Grill. And we're going to find out how it compares to some of the others. So that's what we're looking at. I mixed mayonnaise and ketchup together. The, the bun looks really, really thick. The bun is thick. The patty isn't as thin as some of the patties on some of the other ships, but they build it for you for the most part, and then they're sloppy at it. All right. Is it better than the last burger I had? And what was the last burger I had? MSC. Yes, it was better than the MSC burger. They need to do better knife cuts on the onions. I just had 4-inch piece of onion. Is it better than Guys on some other big cruise line? Yes, it is. Is it better than Margaritaville at Sea? No, it's not. However, there's a caveat there. The Margaritaville at Sea Islander is the ship that has a smash patty. The Paradise has something similar to this. Matter of fact, I never did show you. This is definitely a thicker burger than the last few burgers I've had, and it's not a pocky yet. There again, I was the first group on the ship. I don't know how long these have been sitting around. Not the worst, not the best. I'm thinking this might be an 80-20 mix on the burger. Another huge piece of onion. I think if you happen to be on the celebrity line, you go to Mast Grill, skip the onions. You can't help but get messy and greasy and buggered up eating one of them burgers. On to the fries. The fries look weird. Now they're all, I don't know if they have a fancy way of cutting them. There we go. Or somehow they're extruded. Fries sitting out in a pan, they're cold. They're not hot at all. There's no personality to them at all. Absolutely no seasoning. Somewhat crispy outside, somewhat fluffy inside. The cooked part is right. It's just that there's no body to them. Heads up, these are hamburger dills and not dills. When I say hamburger dill, I'm talking about the same type of dill pickle that you'd find in a McDonald's cheeseburger. You can actually find them at the supermarket. You look for hamburger dill. They taste different. They're a completely different pickle. Well, that's it for the cheeseburger here in Celebrity Reflection. I also grabbed a plate of charcuterie that I'm going to snack on. I don't need to share that with you. You know what charcuterie is. And it's really hard to mess up charcuterie. Hey, I figured I'd take a quick peek in the main theater here while nobody's around. It has the main floor, and then a kind of like a balcony on the main floor. It's elevated. And then you have a balcony up on top. When I'm looking up, I see some follow spots. I'm seeing some movers. I'm seeing some pars. Definitely not an involved lighting system compared to other ships. But another thing I'm noticing, there are a lot of these poles, which means there are a lot of bad seats in this theater. So you definitely want to get down here early if you want to get a really good seat for any of the shows. All right, I found another performance area. It's actually right outside of the Reflection Theater, the main theater. We have a little stage in here. We actually have some decent lighting and effects up on multiple trusses here. A big old-fashioned projector. And you know, it's very well temperature controlled in here. This would be the ideal place for a comedian or maybe even karaoke. But I don't see cup holders on the seats, and I don't see tables. So I don't think this is really going to be a karaoke bar at all. Maybe a comedian. Now look at this. Come on. You're a celebrity. You can do better than that. Now, as I am walking towards the back of the theater, I do see a counter along the back with high top type chairs. So I guess if you are going to drink, you're going to want to be up here. Now, again, it's an older ship, so you have a lot of these supports. And not as many bad seats in here as the other theater, but you do have them, like here. Why even bother sitting behind that? You're not going to see anything. It's nice walking into these rooms when there's nobody in here. But just to prove my point about having a lot of bad seats. Okay, right here, you have 1, 2, and then in front of it, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad seats just because of that one column. All right, so here is the time right after embarkation where I like to walk around the casino because I can. There aren't any live table games, so we get to see exactly what we have here. So, as we walk in, I'm seeing Texas Hold'em. Probably the only craps table on board. I don't see anything weird going on in the fields. $15 minimum on the craps. All right, we have blackjack. Now here the dealer must hit on a soft 17. And this is a $15 minimum table. Is it 3-2 or 6-5? It's 6-5. Another 3-card poker. Another blackjack hit on soft 17. It's a $25 minimum. And a $25 table is a 3-2 table. There's another poker table. Oh, the dreaded auto shuffler. All right, another blackjack. $15 is the minimum. This is single deck blackjack, but they are paying 6-5. They're not paying 3-2 on that. That would be a hell of a deal, wouldn't it be? Another $25 minimum on a blackjack. They are that's a 3-2 table. Another blackjack table. It's a $100 minimum. And of course, that's 3-2. Roulette. And it looks like this is a double zero or a double green roulette. I personally still haven't seen any 3-0 or 3 green roulette tables out at sea yet. I think I've heard Princess is starting to use them. Another roulette table, again, 2 green. You know, downtown Vegas, they still have some single green tables as well. It's another blackjack, $50 minimum, but it is a 3-2 on the payout. All right, there's a $15 table, and it's 6-5. So it looks like once you hit the $25 mark, you're on a 3-2 table instead of the dreaded 6-5s. Now I can't tell what those slot machines are, but if I walk around, oh my, it looks like there are a lot of slot machines in this casino. But you know, again, you know, the drums, the rich piggies, those are a few oddball ones. You know, the links. Got some 3-wheel Wheel of Fortune here. All right. And they're tucked in the corner. So if you're here and you see these tucked in the corner, you want to play them. Huff and even more Puff. They got 4 of those. And I see Huff and More Puff Power 4 over there with a bunch of links. All right, here's your buffaloes. There's some dancing drums right there. There's more links, prosperities, more buffaloes. And we have a couple of oddballs. Oh, look at this, more buffaloes over here. Fortune Frenzy. That one's been coming around for a while. Not really sure what those will end up being. But more buffaloes down here. Some of the Chinese games. Oh, a lot more of the links. And a whole another row of the links over there too. I'm afraid to look over here, but all right. You know, some of the Chinese games. Okay, dancing drums. There are quite a few slot machines here. Compared to MSC Grandiosa, which was the last ship I was on. Oh, look at this, more Huff and Puffs and more links. This is like twice the size of the casino on MSC Grandiosa. So, and I don't smell cigarettes anywhere. So I believe this is going to be a smoke-free casino. Don't know how I feel about that because I'm one who likes to have a drink in one hand and a cigarette in the other when I'm giving my money away to the casino.
Hey DJ, play some of that Ocean View Cafe viewing music.
Okay, at the martini bar, I'm getting a toffee apple martini. I guess if I wanted the salted caramel, I needed to go to a different one. But what we have here, the entire top of this is frozen. That's cold. That's frost you see. And when I rest my fingers on it and pull it away, you can see how it just kind of melts a little bit. So the entire top of the bar is like this. Now, unfortunately, some of my friends are idiots. And I do have a friend who actually glued his tongue down on one of these bar tops in the celebrity line. I won't say whose name it is, but if he did it, I'm sure other people have as well. I, for one, will not.
Ready?
Ready? Oh, okay. You're going to do something weird.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you, sir. All right, so I usually don't shoot at pool bars or outside bars because they're usually noisy. I'm dealing with lighting, with the sun and whatnot. Always music in the background I might get a copyright hit on. But I've noticed on this ship, not every bar has a blender set up. So there's only a few bars where you can get the frozen drinks at. I found 2 or 3 inside, and I usually get a mudslide. And they actually have this thing called the Cafe Crema mudslide, which is Tito's vodka, Cafe Crema, and Bailey's. So this is what we are looking at right there. And now, let me see about my first frozen drink on reflection.
Everybody give a round of applause.
It's a coffee milkshake. That's exactly what it is. And if you take a look, the straws are actually wide enough you can suck a thick drink up through them. So this is a pretty good sized drink too, right? So I'm going to enjoy this. Sail away party starts in about T-minus 31 minutes. I'll quickly film that, and then I'll start thinking about what I might want to eat in the main dining room later.
Oh yes, in just a few moments we are now going to start to sail away.
The sail away party consists of a few dance-along tunes, and then a band takes over. The sail away party on this sailing was somewhat underwhelming.
All right, because I'm an old fart, I like early dining. So I'm kind of queued up, waiting to get into the Opus dining room. 5:30 seating at the same table every day, same wait staff. And if anything about celebrity comes through here, this is probably going to be some of the better main dining room food I've had at sea lately. Momentarily, they'll open up the doors, their herd will rush in, and we'll take a look at what I end up deciding on. Okay, so for my appetizer, I went with the organic roasted beets with feta cheese. Now, as I put the fork into the beet, it was very tender. We'll see if we can get that in focus for you. That's definitely a beet. Obviously, we know what feta cheese is. As you can see, they do serve it with arugula. I'm not a rabbit, so I'm just going to put that aside. Oh, look at this. There's some tomatoes in the middle. This is a nice little presentation. Thus far, I'm impressed, and I'm hoping that every meal in the main dining room goes this way. So it is not warm. These are, matter of fact, even the plate is chilled. They're just sweet enough, and you know, as someone who actually eats the pickled beets right out of the jar, I keep them in the refrigerator, or the Harvard beets, I'm not missing the vinegar, which my mind, my brain is always going to expect with a beet. So I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to really enjoy the rest of this starter. We'll be back to you with the entree. Appetizer completed, appetizer taken away, entree brought out within 2 to 3 minutes. And as you can see, that's a pretty good medium rare. I'm pleased with the temp on that meat. So we also have some carrots and some these green beans or asparagus. These are green beans. Don't know how I'm liking these yet. Wow, a lot of flavor. Now there's garlic, a butter or some other type of flavored fat going on here, but they're difficult to handle. They're a little floppy. The carrot. Now there's a perfect cook on that carrot.
Any wasabi? Wasabi?
I'm pretty good right now.
Like that, right?
So, carrots, perfect cook, seasoned well. First plate I've had at sea in 2 or 3 sailings where I haven't had to put salt on anything yet. The meat, you know, I'll find out, but I don't need salt on these green beans. I definitely don't need them on those carrots. Now the potatoes I'm probably not going to get through because it's just too many carbs for me right now, and I'm still not eating much. Okay, so it is a mash. There's some chunks of potatoes in there. Flavor is okay. It's a little buttery. It's a little creamy. I would put salt on them if I were gonna eat them. All right. Now let's get right into the prime rib. It cuts so well. Let me show you what's going on here. All right, so cuts right through. So we know it's tender, and we'll see if I can get that to focus in on the cook. Now, it's the most tender prime rib I've had at sea, period. Real great meaty taste to it. I have a heavy salt palate. I think I might give it one quick shake just to intensify the flavors. It doesn't need seasoning, but salt will bring existing flavors out. In case you didn't really catch the carrots before, you can see they're cooked. And you can kind of see the difficulty with the green beans. I'm going to finish this up. Night number one in the main dining room, and so far nothing's irritated me, and I've been let down by nothing. All right, so first bar I hit was martini bar. I had to. I've hit a few more, and I've been walking around the ship looking for the bars that have the blenders, because you need the blender to get one of those. You guys know I go through a lot of mudslides. So I found the Sky Bar, and they are up on deck 14 on Celebrity Reflection, and there is one of those blending machines I was talking about. So I have a band just got done playing. They did Beatles, they did some country. They're about to do a game show up here. I'm not going to hang around for that. But I'm going to see what other bars on this vessel that might tickle my fancy. I like this one. I like the martini bar. Casino bar wasn't open yet when I was down there. So I usually find myself at the casino bar, but who knows? Got to have an open mind and give everything a try out. I have the premium drinking package here, so I've got plenty of opportunities to do so. All right, morning, day 2. I expected at this point in time to be walking off the ship in the Key West, but I guess it's a little too windy, and I had a feeling that was going to happen because when I set my alarm, I still felt us in motion. And then I looked on Cruise Mapper, and we were going 8 nautical miles an hour. But I'm sitting here at breakfast in Opus, and we have to do the Benedict. That's the benchmark. A bunch of different sides. I think the typical, the corned beef hash browns, and I may do the sausage and bacon as well. Why not, right? I'll be on the ship all day. I'll be doing a lot of walking around. I can work that off. So next time I come back to you, the Benedict will be here, and we'll see if it passes. All right, so the Benedict is here. Now, if you recall from past videos, this is where I get a little particular. When you break into a Benedict, it should have a proper poach, and the eggs should runneth over when you go into the egg. Now, I'm already looking here. It's really sparse with the hollandaise. The hollandaise hasn't broken. It's just that there isn't much of it. So let's check out the cook on the egg. The cook is over, all right? Come on, Celebrity, you can do better than this. I mean, that yolk should be running all over that Benedict right now. Curious, is the other one gonna All right, that one's just a little better. No, they're very tiny eggs too. All right, so I'm gonna break this up, get into it, and we have an unscheduled sea day because of winds in Key West. So I'm going to be checking in on the app to see if they've added any activities, because if they haven't, it's going to be one of those days where I'm very happy that I have the premium drink package.
All right, here we go. We're going to start with Cheetah. Oh, yes, here we go. No pressure. All right, so that is a 1. Now it's going to be Bethany's turn. It's going to be alternate. Come on, Bethany.
I'm scared.
Oh, yes. All right, that's a 1 and a 1 right there. All right, Cheetah, it is now your turn. Oh, okay, that is a 2. Good job, Cheetah. Bethany's going to see if she can do it again, everybody. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, so that is the 1. You still have 2 stones, Bethany. Don't give up.
Don't play the music.
Oh, yes, look at that.
All right, so day 2, not 22, not 4, but day 2. Checking in mid-afternoon. I caught a special magic comedy show at 1:30 that they added last minute. That kind of broke up the afternoon. I spent most of that morning and early afternoon indexing and editing film. And then when I got out of that show, I'm not going to do shuffleboard. I'm not going to do origami. So I moved my office to here. You can see I'm working on Adobe Premiere Pro, and you see something very sad. That is an empty martini glass, which means I am at the martini bar here on Reflection. And as I mentioned earlier, added extra sea day, I'm going to definitely be using that Premiere or Premium drink package. So I have a feeling in the end, though, the first of several videos of this, because I am working on a back-to-back. I haven't mentioned that yet, but 2 days after this ship gets back in Florida, I'm up in Palm Beach going on another. So I'll have plenty of time at that hotel to do some indexing and editing, and I am going to put another order in. Can I put another order in? Sure. Yeah. All right, hold on. Yeah, all right, you're on now. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
All right. You know what? I can't hear you. I'm just going to have you hold that just so I can hear you. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How about you?
All right, great. And your name is?
My name is Gede.
All right, hold that up just a little bit more.
My name is Gede, all the way from Indonesia, Bali.
Indonesia.
Yes, exactly.
I've noticed a lot of people from Indonesia
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the
A lot
sailing.
of people here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially from the bar.
You're a bunch of very friendly folk.
Thank you.
All right. So you're here to take my drink order because you're working at the
Martini bar,
right?
Exactly.
All right. I would love to get a salted caramel martini.
Salty. Wow, absolutely. I will make it nice and sexy for you.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend. My new friend.
Sure.
All
Nice
right.
to meet
Thank
you.
All right. All right. We are on dinner night 2. Yes. Yes. Out of all the options for starters, I think I will go with the chilled pear and honey soup. Yeah. I was torn between that and the French onion, but I'll get the French onion tomorrow or the next day.
Yes,
because you always have that French onion, right?
Onion is always.
Yes, excellent. And very rarely you see this on menus lately. Steak Diane.
Stick Diane.
Yes.
How do you like to cook?
Medium rare, please.
Medium rare. Thank you, chicken.
All right, thank you. All right, so I was going to review the menu, and the service here is so great and so quick. I just ordered right from the menu, right in front of you. Appetizer will be coming out. We'll take a look at it. I'll catch you then. Okay, so here we are with the soup. I'll just take a quick taste of the broth. As candied, it almost tastes like holiday time, like Christmas time. There's cinnamon. The cinnamon is the controlling flavor here. I wasn't expecting cinnamon for an appetizer. Chilled pear and honey soup. Yeah. There is this one element floating in the middle. I can't tell what it is by looking, and there's no other description on the menu. Oh, I kind of wish I had broken that up and mixed it with the soup. That was kind of like, it kind of tastes like a goat cheese, but it had the texture of a whipped mascarpone or a whipped ricotta. I think swirling that might have gone really good, but it was a mouth explosion. All right, I'm gonna get through this, and then we'll catch you with the entree. Okay, so 2 minutes after the apple was taken away, the entree came out. As you saw, this is steak Diane, and it has Hasselbeck potatoes, which I think, to be honest with you, these are cut very thick to be called Hasselbeck potatoes. Hasselbeck potatoes should really be thin ribbons, and they ultimately end up opening like an accordion. So that unfortunately looks like a letdown. We will still see how it tastes. The carrots seem similar to what we had yesterday. So they put the haricot vert underneath the steak Diane, and this is what we are dealing with. Not quite green beans, but haricot vert. So what I want to do right now, before I even get into the steak, is to check the seasoning on both the haricot vert and the carrots and the potatoes. These have a flavor umami going, or flavor explosion. It's not an umami sensation, but it's an explosion. There's garlic. There's some onion. Definitely salt. I'm not really picking up on any pepper. If only beans can be like that on every cruise. Instead of the flavorless pieces of pale green mush that I've been getting lately. So the carrot, I had to use a knife to cut through it. Not quite as tender as yesterday, but they're still cooked enough where I don't hate it. For right now, I'm going to take the very end of the Hasselbeck potato. See what we have going on. Try to get that in focus a little better. I didn't feel the need I didn't feel the need to have to, show haricot vert and carrots to the camera. Okay, here's the deal. There's flavor. It's cooked properly. But because the slices are so thick, it's eating like a baked potato instead of having little slivers that are golden brown and delicious that are then dripping down inside. So you just have a bunch. Let me take a sample right from the middle. All right. It's super thick, as I mentioned earlier, not what a Hasselbeck potato should be, but still flavorful enough. I think I'd put a little bit of salt on there for my own liking, but I tend to do that with a lot of potato dishes. And now, for the moment I've been waiting for, and I know the moment you've been waiting for, we're going to go right into the middle of this steak. A little bit of tension in order to get through it. But all right. Look at the temp on that. Just a tad under medium rare. It's probably about 4 degrees, 5 degrees below where it should be, but I like it. I like it. I'd rather have this than medium rare. This is just a step above rare. Easy to chew. Plenty of flavor, especially coming from the mushroom sauce with the steak Diane. There is a lot going on with that sauce. You know what? I don't think I'm going to have to salt these potatoes. You know why? Yeah, you figured it out, didn't you? Let's run them through that sauce that came with the steak Diane. Chef kiss. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll catch you later on.
So what do you need, sir?
So I'm gonna order it on my camera.
Yes.
With you.
All right.
Because
But I don't want to get famous, okay?
you're not gonna get famous. Nobody watches my stupid channel. But this is my new friend over here. Here, use this so I can hear you.
Test mic.
You can hold it. Yeah.
I don't want to sing, okay?
Yeah, oh, no, you're not gonna sing. You're not gonna sing.
Hello.
Tell me, who are you and where are you from?
Yeah, I'm Barry from the Philippines.
Okay.
And welcome.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay, yes. Mabuhay. And welcome to Celebrity.
Yeah, how long have you been with Celebrity?
Actually, I'm only 15 days from the ship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and one more thing before you make me my drink.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about working with Celebrity?
The people, sir.
Uh-huh.
Next, because we meet a lot of people, different kinds of people,
All right.
and we socialize and everything.
All right.
Makes my life good.
All right.
Connection.
Awesome. Salamat.
Walang anuman.
All right. Well, on naman.
Thank you.
All right.
So what is your drink?
What is my drink? Okay, yeah. Frozen mango daiquiri.
Got it.
All right.
Easy peasy.
Okay, so day 3, I am back at Opus Restaurant, and we're gonna give the Benedict a second shot. Maybe they were having an off day yesterday. Maybe coming in towards the end of service makes a difference. I'll figure that out. I'll have one more day to do a breakfast on the sailing. It is a sea day, so there's going to be another day where that premium drink package comes in handy for sure. Because again, I'm not going to do watercolor, not going to do origami. I'll find other ways to keep busy. I'll catch you when the plate comes. Okay, so the chicken apple sausage isn't a link. It's a patty, which is a little misformed. Again, a triangle hash brown. The corned beef hash, instead of having a grayish purple color, today has a red color, almost like they added paprika or something to it. But that's not what we're here for today. We are here to see if they failed for a second day on the Eggs Benedict. So I'm seeing a little more hollandaise this time around. Sauce is not broken yet. Acceptable toast on the muffin. So again, when you break into an egg with a Benedict, it should be poached. It shouldn't be soft boiled. The yolk should run completely over the Benedict. And there you go. There you go. It's not a fail this time. Now, before I appreciate and enjoy these Benedicts, I want to see what the hell is going on with this hash, because it looks different than yesterday. You know, it's actually sweeter than yesterday. That's strange. And just a small sample of the sausage before I hang up with you. That's horrible. That is dry. That is really dry. I'm thinking that they just can't get a complete breakfast right on this ship. All right, we'll see if I need to go to the buffet after this or not. Catch you later. Okay, day 3 of 4. It's still a sea day, and I usually don't do lunch when I'm on a cruise. Don't know why. You know, usually I'm not hungry, I guess, because I do the breakfast and I've got the dinner at night. But for some reason, lunch is calling me, and my office today is right here. It seems that there are perks to traveling single because they put all the two-seaters next to the windows. So I tend to be lucky when it comes to getting a decent seat in the dining room. So I ordered a starter and the main and a dessert for lunch. Hopefully they're going to be smaller sizes. And when they come out, we'll share them with you. Okay, for the starter, the appetizer here for lunch is a chicken and a beef satay skewer, one of each. I would say that that is the chicken. And that is the beef. Typically, satay is peanut. You hear that? They even find me out at sea. So that is the typical peanut sauce that you would get with a satay. This is gonna get. It's gonna turn into a hot mess pretty quick. So I think I'm going to revert to the old fork and knife. All right, this is the beef, and there is a side of a chili sauce. I am going to try it with just the satay on it. That's good. And now, just the chicken with the satay on it. That is good. Trying it with the sauce on it. Now that's the flavor explosion in your mouth. However, at the end, there is a lot of heat. A lot of heat for me, you know, because I'm a super taster, and super tasters don't really care much for heat for capsaicin. If I just do a little dab, it should probably be better. You know, even with all the peanut on here, it's basically peanut butter. It's still not enough to cut the capsaicin from the sauce. You can see how I'm reacting to it. Yeah. All right, just a little tad will do it. I'm gonna finish this up. I'll catch you for the main. This is smoked tenderloin over sauerkraut with a pea mash. Now I got this basically for the pork and the sauerkraut, and it's a good thing I don't have a cabin mate, because that sauerkraut will certainly do something later on. I'll just do a quick tasting here, and then I'll get to my lunch. All right. So there is the pork loin. I am picking up on a mild smoke flavor. It's certainly not smoky as if I took it out of my East Oak smoker in my backyard. There is no smoke ring. I think the flavor is just added, and the flavor may be more in the sauce. Let me. Yeah, that's where some of the smoke flavor is. But it's tender, it's juicy, it's not past temp, because if you go past temp with that, you get very dry, very hard, very nasty pork. Not gonna lie, it was sold as a creme brulee, and I was expecting it to crack. Okay, so dinner night 3 in the Obis dining room. Usually I'm here at 5:20. It's 5:50. I was behaving all afternoon. I was sitting at the martini bar. Thank you, sir.
Delicious.
I appreciate it. So I'm sitting at the martini bar, editing my work on the laptop, having fun, and then the dirty martini comes out. Vodka martini, Tito's, shaken, extra dirty. And then not even before I'm done with one, they bring another one out. So I lost track of time, and I also had a heavy lunch. So I'm only doing an appetizer here and then half a dinner because I think that's all I need. If I eat any more, I'm not even going to be able to wear pants to this dining room because my button is about to burst. I'm actually gaining weight on this cruise. So there is karaoke tonight. I think I might try to hit that. I don't know. It depends on what other shows are going to be around to watch, what other entertainment there is, and we're going to take it hour by hour. But I think tonight, for the first time on this sailing, the hair may actually come down. All right, so appetizer course. Those of you who know me or follow me know that French onion is one of my most favorite soups. And there are a few benchmarks that they have to hit. And I can already tell by looking at the top, they went overboard with the cheese on this. So let's break it down. We'll get you a little closer in frame. All right. So the first thing you always have to do with French onion soup is you have to break the cheese barrier on the top in order to get into the cauldron that's underneath. So the second that I lifted that cheese up, I got a big whiff, a big, very, very big odor of onions that have been caramelized and cooked down. And I'm also noticing thus far only one piece of bread, which is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to fill the entire crock up. So now let's take a look at the actual base. Now, a proper French onion soup should be beef broth based. There should be some wine in it, some pepper, and some other seasonings. Now I'm digging, looking for some onions. Now some soup recipes, they put a ton of onion in with it, and others you just get the essence of the onion. Now there are a few little tiny pieces of onion here and there, but there aren't any globs of them. But regardless, it's a full, complete onion flavor. The base is rich. You know it's a beef-based broth. You can taste the onions that have been simmering for quite some time. I'm going to grab a piece of the bread that has been soaking inside the crock. Come on, you. There we go. Now, you also know that I have a heavy salt palate. Would you believe it if I told you it's too salty? Not too salty as in bad, horrible. You can't enjoy it. But for some people, it may be excessively salty. For me, this is one of the better French onion soups that I've had in quite some time. I'm going to take my time and enjoy it. We'll catch up to you in a couple of minutes. Okay, let it rain. Okay, so this is chicken parmesan, and I got it without pasta because I'm still full from lunch, and we will just cut right through it. To see what we are looking at. All right, so I'm gonna go through the cross section and take a piece. Now, immediately as I cut into it, the cheese layer falls off the chicken layer. So the breading is not adhering very well. Now, I do understand why the cheese layer separates from the breading and the chicken. Because everything's just creating steam under it. So there isn't any real way for it to adhere. The taste isn't bad. Chicken really doesn't taste much like anything. And that's true in most cases. Chicken is a carrier of other flavors. So what flavors am I getting right now? I am getting fresh tomato. I just got a piece of spaghetti. I think they put it on spaghetti and go, oh boy, we weren't supposed to do that. And they took it off the plate and put it on it because I just got a piece of spaghetti when I did that last one. Oh my God. I'm enjoying it. It's just going to be filling enough for me. Yeah, that was a big lunch I had.
The pork loin.
Yeah, that and the skewers, and I had the full breakfast today. Now I'm on Ozempic. I don't eat much, and this is killing me. All right, 12:15, 16 hours. Technically day 4, but for all intents and purposes, I'm calling this day 3. Back at the martini bar, where they're supposed to be closed for a while, but the drinks are still flowing. And I'm enjoying another damn good vodka martini, Tito's, shaken extra dirty. I'm realizing that I haven't done any shots at all during the sailing. It just hasn't come up. Usually, past, what, half dozen films, whatever you see me film, and I'm like, okay, duck fart, duck fart, duck fart. Haven't done it yet. I know I'm definitely going to do it on the next cruise I'm on, but I don't know where or how that falls into place. And I do have an excellent synopsis of the cliques and the classes of people that I've come across and learned about here on this sailing. Welcome to day 4. Last night was definitely the night to let the hair down and enjoy an excess amount of alcohol. I've already been to Coco Cay. There's part of it right there. Coco Cay for me, it's boring. I'm not one to just sit in a lounger at the beach and do nothing. It irritates me. It bothers me. So I'm walking around aimlessly, waiting for the buffet to open up at noon. I skipped breakfast today, basically because I was still sleeping. And there really isn't anything to eat right now. Speaking of eating, I want to bring one thing up front right now. Worst pizza at sea I've ever had. It's just lousy. I got room service last night. Lousy pizza. At the buffet, at the pizza station, the little, small, meaningless, floppy, crappy pieces of pizza. I was shocked. All the other food on this ship is great, but the pizza is really bad. I had better pizza when I was in elementary school. So, having said that, it's going to be a lazy day for me. After lunch, I think I'll sit down with the laptop, do a little more work with the editing, and then pack, because come morning, I'll be getting kicked off this ship.
I wanna get every time you spend the night. Let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Give it up for walking.
All right, dinner day 4. I ended up at the buffet for lunch. I didn't bother filming anything or shooting anything. It was pedestrian. It was your typical lunch buffet stuff that you get on a ship. However, it did seem Indian, Mexican, and vegetarian forward. So tonight for the app, I got the beef carpaccio, which you already saw. And there's that rabbit food. All right. And it looks like it'll just pull, it'll just pull right off the plate. All right, let's check it out. That's good. Between the actual beefiness of the meat on top of the aioli that is included with it, this is just incredible. The one thing I didn't see on this sailing was beef tartare, which I've really started to trust at sea. A few sailings ago, I gave it a shot because it always made me a little nervous because, well, it's steak tartare and you're out at sea. But now I'm comfortable with it, and I was kind of disappointed I didn't see it on this sailing. I'm no on the next sailing I'm going on. They're not going to have it. Pretty sure it'll be on the next two though. So I'm going to finish up this beef carpaccio. Try to get that in focus for you. There you go. All right. All right, and we're on to the main. Tonight I ordered chicken saltimbocca. Now, chicken saltimbocca is typically pounded thin, breaded and fried with like a lemon caper sauce. I don't know how to put my head around this because it does not look like chicken saltimbocca. This is definitely not a piece of chicken that's been pounded flat. I don't understand it. This is fried risotto, and we have ratatouille for the European vegetable. So I'm just gonna go right in. This is strange, and unfortunately, the breading completely came off. This may be the one meal here that I'm let down with. Well, let's find out. The problem with it having not been pounded flat is that it's dense.
Are you enjoying it, chicken?
It's not really chicken saltimbocca. Okay, so this is the fried risotto. Not impressed. And my friend noticed that I'm just not impressed. And we started talking about how saltimbocca is really made. That risotto was a letdown. It's the first meal that just isn't doing it for me on this sailing. But he saw that I was disappointed, and he just asked, "What do you want to try something else?" So I was torn between two dishes, so I'm getting the braised short ribs. So we'll give that a try, and yeah, I'll get back to you when that comes out. Okay, so I got the short ribs, and boy, do they look incredible. So I can sense how tender they are just by poking at them right now. And then underneath is some polenta. Then we have carrots and peas for the veg. So I just want to, oh, look at that. Did you see how that just, it's fall apart tender. I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to show this to you. All right. This has to be the most pull apart tender short rib I've had at sea ever. It's almost like pulled barbecue pork or barbecue beef. Oh yeah, I'm digging this. I'm glad I got it. I'll finish this up. I'll catch you in a little bit.
Alright, so that
All right,
is
so finally, the last night, been through dinner.
Alright, once again, it is
Wasn't gonna have anything to drink tonight, but you know, you're just so damn good to me at the Sky Lounge.
Our last challenge, everybody.
I invented this drink whilst I was on the ship. Don't know what to call it yet. It's actually it's a mudslide without the chocolate syrup in
Brian will put
it. So I need to come up with a name for it. I'm pretty sure I invented it.
For the person that is here,
So in the morning they kicked me off the ship, and here we go. I stay in Florida 2 days, and then I get to go out on another sailing. So kind of like a back-to-back. But
Alright, so this was going to happen.
I will do a complete wrap and review, and I'll post it after this segment with what I found positive and negative with celebrity reflection. So until then, Nostrovia.
No, you just.
So what were some of the highlights and maybe disappointments of sailing on Celebrity Reflection? Let's talk about the food. The food in the main dining room was fantastic. There was not really anything that let me down. There was one dish I just didn't care for, but they replaced it. Other than that, everything in that main dining room was superb. It's some of the best food I have had at sea in several sailings. I only did the buffet for lunch once. It was pedestrian. It was typical cruise ship buffet food. However, the day I went, it was very Mexican, Indian, and vegetarian forward, but there was still plenty to choose from. I did not walk out hungry. I tried the burger at Mass Grill. Matter of fact, that was the first thing I tried when I got on the ship, so I had an appetite. I didn't care much for it. I'm comparing it to other burgers I've had at sea. Ultimately, the Margaritaville at Sea Islander has one of the best burgers, better than Guy's. It was just like the buffet. The burger was pedestrian. Now, I'm also kind of perplexed. I'm kind of confused how this ship had such great food across the board that the pizza was actually the worst pizza I've had at sea ever. I couldn't get over it. Both room service and at the pizza station in the buffet, it was lousy. Small little floppy pieces with the toppings falling off. I just was not impressed. When I did decide to eat dessert, though, never ever disappointed. The desserts on this sailing were pretty good. So I stayed in an interior cabin, and it was well appointed. There was plenty of space. There's plenty of storage. The bed was comfortable. The bathroom was even more than adequate for a man of my size. My room steward, Ronald, was very professional, courteous, and a pleasure to deal with. I feel that the vibe on this sailing was a little too reserved for me. I don't really want to say conservative because I don't want people to think political, but reserved as in laid back, but not laid back chill. Come 10 o'clock, most things were starting to shut down. There was a little bit of active nightlife after that. However, I will note that the Martini Bar and the Sky Lounge kept busy throughout the night, and that's where I ended up finding myself when I wanted to take advantage of the premium drink package. You know, I'll also note with the Sky Lounge and the Martini Bar, after one day, they they both knew me by name, and they actually, well, I kind of threw them off a lot because I kept changing up my drinks, but they would say the usual, or do you want the martini? But they got to know me rather quickly. I met several great couples and families and groups, and they kind of mentioned something that I picked up on, and I'm glad that they mentioned it. It just wasn't me picking up on this. And what we were picking up on were there were a lot of entitled assholes on board who thought their shit didn't stink and assumed they were on Explorer or Viking or something like that. Come on, it's celebrity. It's not hoity-toity. I'm talking, thrusting themselves in front of you, having a holier-than-thou attitude. And surprisingly, these were the older travelers. The shows in the theater were enjoyable, but they were limited to a comedy magic show and song and dance skits. There was nothing high production. The song and dance was a production show, but it wasn't high production. It wasn't a Broadway show. It wasn't something you see on Royal Caribbean or Princess. They did have, however, a live band during every song and dance performance. The cruise director, Bethany, was energetic and enjoyable. In the end, I think there are other lines that are a better fit for myself, but I can certainly see why people keep coming back to celebrity again and again. I'm also open and looking into sailing on Excel so I can compare one of their older ships to one of their newest ships. If you learned something, if you liked something, if you found this entertaining, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Thank you.